Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. And it is Tuesday, the 3rd of February, and I'm joined by Axel Rudolph. How are you, Axel?
I'm all right, Angeline. You?
I am really good. A bit fluey, coldy, rather, but otherwise okay. I am enjoying the mornings, which are starting to lighten up now, because I don't like that pitch black feeling. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. For me, actually, still mornings which are black, unfortunately. So probably get up earlier than you do.
But don't worry, because the sun is coming out and we're starting to see signs of a bit of spring, like in our indices. Let's have a look across, because we are having a slight start to a higher start, rather. We're seeing blue there on the charts, and let's have a look at the FTSE, because that is slightly higher now. Looking at the individual movers there. Axel, take us through the big movers.
Well, once again, Antofagasta, Fresnillo. So we've got the miners up here, also Rolls-Royce Defence in some parts. And yes, Rio Tinto. I mean, it's just the same story. It's really interesting because we had an absolutely dramatic sell-off in gold and silver just a few days ago, and miners got hit. But once again, defensive stocks and miners are up at the top here.
And it may have taken a while. I think a lot of people thought it might be a one day blip, right? So Thursday it started. Then some of us waited on the sidelines, and maybe some of us also dipped our toes in on Friday. And then it looked, like a second. And then Monday, more pain. But at 9 a.m. yesterday, it all started stabilizing for gold and silver.
Yes, it's really quite interesting because it's a huge reversal we saw. So usually that, for me as a technical analyst, would denote a major top. But when you do get tops like this, you do tend to get a retest or at least a movement towards that top again. And then if there's failure there, that's when the top actually forms. So we may go back up again, easily, who knows, to $100 on silver, maybe even reach the psychological 5,000 mark for gold. And maybe this time around we'll hold at that resistance, because we went straight through it a few days ago, weren't we? So.
Yeah, and the spreads as well. Keep an eye on the spreads, because even Paolo on the vol desk and I were just remarking yesterday about, we expected silver. It was a matter of time when it would happen, but the spread for gold was cray-cray. Let's have a look at the losers then. We got WPP topping the losers list there. We got drugs as well, AstraZeneca.
Yeah, more defensive stocks here, which are coming down. EasyJet, interesting. Pearson, 7 Trent. So again, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? Because you've got the miners, which are sort of clearly leading the way on the upside, but on the downside, it's a bit mixed here, that picture, isn't it?
Some of the defensives turning red there. We've got National Grid. We've got some of the oil majors as well. Not a huge amount, but they are on the losers board there. 7 Trent also down 0.5%, and Rightmove down almost 1% there. Interesting day across the board too, because let's have a look at the commodities there. We're seeing gold bounce back, silver bounce back very, very hard there, up more than 9%. Good on you if you were one of the few that bought back silver. Also, I was telling my husband that never in my life have I seen my portfolio go fully into cash. And then everything has been sold, because I put really tight stops, even on the tech. And the sell-off was broad-based, really broad-based, I thought. But I have bought back my gold producers ETF, and I have bought back my palladium ETF as well. Some choice miners too. Looking elsewhere, we've had that US-India trade deal recently. For those of you that missed it, Trump cutting reciprocal tariffs from 25% to 18% after Modi agreed to halt Russian oil purchases and commit some $500 billion of US imports. What else piqued your interest overnight?
Well, today, data-wise, there's really not much going on. But obviously later this week, we've got the Bank of England, haven't we? And we've got non-farm payrolls on Friday. So I think that's the big one that everybody will be focusing on, to see whether the US employment data is still holding up. I know employment has been weakening over the last few months, but it's not as bad as people would have thought maybe a couple of months ago.
Here's an infographic that I prepared for us earlier. And other than that piece of data, we also have quite a raft of earnings coming out. We've got Disney, Oracle, of course, we've got Pfizer as well. Merck, AMD, those are the ones that are due. Of the ones that are already out, which one did you find most interesting?
Probably Oracle for me. Yeah, I know you like Disney.
I think it's still a short, unfortunately. So for those of you that have a position in Disney, I like it because it's consistently, unless the kickers happen, it's consistently a short. Here we see yet again less people to the parks. Of course, it's had huge management issues, right? They're trying to turn that around, and the fact that Disney's problems are really Hollywood's problems. They came from a time when everyone was making money out of those wonderful bundles, right? They were selling anything that people love watching, you know, Disney films plus sport as well. And then here we have streaming come to spoil that party. And they have been trying. So Disney, of course, as we know, Disney Plus, they've been trying to regain their footing in that space. But it's terribly difficult when you're not the first mover.
It certainly is, and also it's a complete game changer, as you say. I mean, even in the UK, I might have said that last week already, but I saw recently that Odeon cinema chain here in the UK has basically decided to give offers of reducing. I think they went from £17 to £11.50 during the week, not just sort of on a Wednesday when nobody goes. So yes, I mean they're clearly struggling because everybody's just streaming.
Yeah. And it's slammed by, you know, the model that is still forming and monopolized by Netflix. So, you know, much lower margins, a lot of churn. I have cancelled and gone back to subscribe to Netflix once already. And that was because of Stranger Things. And I've just finished, so I'm going to unsubscribe now.
Yeah.
Right. So speaking of unsubscribing or subscribing, you need to now put on your thinking caps and also pay special attention because we're going to cross live to the London Stock Exchange where Rich is standing by. Hey, Rich.
Hey everybody, how are you doing? So we're here live with Smarter Web Company. Andrew's just rung the opening bell. I hope you can hear me. It's very noisy. There's a big crowd. 100 people were here to see it and ring the bell with him. But as you can see, there we are up on the board. It is live. And I must say, it's the first time I've been at the London Stock Exchange for the opening bell. We've done the closing bell before, but this is very exciting, Ange.
Wow.
It's a really nice moment. Andrew had his son beside him, and all the team as well. Yeah, over 100 people. And it's really interesting to see the sort of the behind the scenes of the way that everything happens.
Give us some of the highlights of what's to come this morning.
So now we go back into the room and Andrew gives a speech. And then tomorrow, you're going to hear from the man live himself. We've got Andrew Webley coming in to do an interview. At some point during the day, that'll be on the YouTube page later on. But yeah, here's the man himself. And coming through that way, guys. Really quick, you're live on Trade Live with IG. How did that go?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good, thank you. Yeah,
a little bit nerve-wracking?
Very much so, but good. And a great turnout with, you know, about 50% shareholders, maybe.
Fantastic.
The price is picking up, so we've got green, I think. So let's see where we end up today.
Excellent. We'll speak to you tomorrow. Cheers, Andrew. Well done.
Tomorrow.
Congratulations. So the recent stock performance is trading around 54, 58 pence. The company started, of course, as a web design digital services firm and then pivoted to the Bitcoin treasury business under a 10-year plan and now ranks among the top 25 global public Bitcoin treasury companies. know, London Stock Exchange, I've been there many, many times. It always amazes me that when you go to these places, they look so small compared to what you think it's going to look like.
Yeah. Well, you probably haven't been to the CBOE then, but in the US,
Oh,
big.
yes. So I have been to the CBOE. I have. That is huge, right? The US is completely different. But here, like the LME, you think it's
Yeah,
big.
yeah, it's very small.
Yeah, so the CBOE, I put a trade through and I watched it cascade. And this was with the tasty guys over there. I went also to the VIX pit and the Russell pit too.
Cool.
Right, so that is your highlight to what to expect today. We've also got, of course, Andrew Webley, and we might have a Julian Wheeler for you later on. We don't quite know yet because he's in a conference, and like Andrew, that he's going to try and dial in from that conference somewhere. What's the rest of your day looking like?
Well, I'm very interested in the charts, as you know, and talking of which, if we look at my charts now, the S&P here, no, actually that's the NASDAQ. What's interesting is if you look at trend lines, you know how to correctly draw these on here, and I'm going to do another of my webinars for premium clients in the middle of this month. You can see here that the low yesterday was exactly basically where the uptrend line was going back to last year. So, you know, they can definitely help you when markets are going a bit haywire. You don't know what's happening from a fundamental point of view in the short term. There's a lot of volatility. More often than not, I tend to find that some sort of support levels or even trend lines can help you in your analysis and can help you to get back in again. Now, the picture doesn't look quite the same on gold and silver because we've got these extreme moves up and then back down again. But when markets are less volatile, you can still get some really, really good signals here.
Yeah, and don't forget, it's also great because a lot of trading is to do with behavior and psychology, and the charting and the technical analysis helps you filter out the noise.
Yes, if you know what you're doing.
And on that note, because I know Axel's a really busy man, we are going to ask you now for lots of questions. I know quite a few have come through, but put them also down below here. Hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget, you can always email us on ask@ig.com and I will reply. There are quite a few questions already, but I always get through a lot of them. So do feel free to email us there, and any questions for Axel, I'll also put it in front of him and get you your answers. Thank you so much, Axel.
Thanks, Angeline.
All right, see you guys soon. Whatever you're doing, may you stack the odds in your favor.